Hello, I'm Rasha Al-Lamee. I'm from Imperial College London. I'm one of the deputy editors at JACC, and it's my absolute pleasure today to be with Yousif Ahmad, a good friend and colleague of mine, obviously now here at UCSF. Yousif, we're at TCT in your now hometown. We've just come out of the late breaking session and watched the solution trial, and that got a big round of applause. What did you feel about the results, and maybe tell the watchers at home about some of what you saw?
Yeah, it's great to see you again. It's great to be at TCT in San Francisco. I think it's a really exciting trial. It's set up a little different to the conventional DES, DCB trials. It's a strategy trial of de novo disease, so not in stent. One group gets default stenting and the other group gets a provisional DCB with the opportunity to bail out to a stent if needed. It was a positive trial. They met their non-inferiority margin, so the DCB was non-inferior to DES. Around 20% of patients in that DCB group needed a bailout stent, but I feel like that's an acceptable number of patients to get stenting. And so this is kind of a new frontier, large-scale randomized trial of de novo disease for DCB. So I think it's, a positive trial and very, very exciting.
So the audience were obviously very excited. I know that obviously the DCB here in the US is much more expensive than it's been in Europe. Can you see now in de novo lesions this being adopted more widely?
Yeah, while you're here, you've probably noticed, there's a lot of excitement about DCB in the US. As someone who trained in the UK, where it's been available off the shelf for years, it's slightly strange to see, what is a relatively common and older technology, but there's a lot of excitement around it in the US. I think for de novo disease, we'll need continue accumulation of data, but also training. A lot of interventional cardiologists aren't comfortable without leaving a stent behind. This trial suggests it's a very safe strategy, but I think, some education, some training, and just with time, people getting more comfortable in using the technology in de novo lesions.
So obviously today was very exciting. What else are you excited to see in the rest of TCT?
So I'm excited. There's a lot of coronary trials. I feel like it's a comeback year for coronaries at TCT and late breakers. Suzanne Barron's going to be presenting Shortcut probably right around now, a randomized trial of cutting balloon to IVL for calcified lesions. And then we have Proctor trial coming out later in the conference. That's going to be a simultaneous publication with JACC. Again, a very exciting trial, randomized of SVG PCI versus native vessel PCI for post-CABG patients.
That's a controversial one.
It is a controversial one.
The results of that will be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
So to wrap it up, we're in your home city. How is it to have a conference round the corner? It's
great. It's great to see friends like you from all around the world who come here, and it's nice to be able to sort of go home and see my family at the end of the day. So different experience, but I'm loving it.
Thank you so much, Yousif. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to the viewers. And join us again tomorrow for another wrap-up from JACC Journals and TCT.